Ooh, you blanked on this one.
Welcome back. If you like that intro music, that's thanks to the next developer we're going to talk about, JBlanked, and his music as well as his EAs. We're going to talk about the Ravager News EA and some of the other EAs that JBlanked has created, and we're going to run a back test on the Ravager EA for the last few months. A lot of what we've talked about was bots that can be used on prop firms that don't trade the news, have news filters. This is completely different. This bot is designed to only take shorter trades for news events. Before I really jump into it, I've got to tell you a couple things. One, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only showing you what I'm doing, and then I'm hoping that you have a chance to learn from it. Two, this bot in particular is still being developed. There are pros and cons to that. What that means is you can get in the ground floor, you can watch the development of it, you can have input into the development of this bot, and it's relatively inexpensive to get into right now. This bot is designed to trade 207 different news events, and it has a pretty interesting concept. What it does is for each news event, it has one pair that's tied to that news event that is expected to move one way or another with that event. So let's jump in. First thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at the bot results from last week and how the bot works. Currently, I'm running this bot on Ox Securities. It says live, but it's actually not. This is a demo account running on the MT5 platform. And this bot was running on Hanko Trade, but I believe Hanko Trade moved away from the MT5 platform. So the community voted and decided to move it to Ox Securities. With MT5, when you're working with a demo account in Ox Securities, it does still read live. Don't ask me why. So, real basic here. The profit for the week was $632 on a $10,000 account, so 6.3%. All right, so first we're going to look at the different settings that are available. So there's basically in this setting, you would put your email address once you've signed up and pay for the service. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe the service right now is $97 a month. And I will show you everything that you get for that. It's actually quite extensive. Modes, addict mode and attendant mode. I've been testing an addict mode and it trades all the news events. Analysis is smart analysis. It also has a machine learning and a machine learning smart analysis. Currently, we're working on the smart analysis. It should be trading all but the JPY events. And what it has ignore categories, what to ignore, events and categories of what to ignore. And then currently we're running at a goal of each news event to make 5% of your account. It does have a grid built in. So it's a news bot with a grid multiplier of 1.55. You can set the minimum distance between trades on pips, which is 8. It does have a hedge mode built in. So instead of running with a stop loss, I believe it runs with a hedge, and then the hedge runs with a stop loss, which is an interesting concept. And you have the reverse grid hedge is turned off, and the recover hedge is also turned off right now, but hedge is turned on. Hedge is supposed to turn on at a 9.5% loss. That's where we had a little bit of failure this week. It's still in development, so keep that in mind, why I'm running on a demo. 5% stop loss in the hedge, a hedge multiplier of 4, max hedge PERS events 1. So it does look like the hedge, you can set the trailing pips and trailing stop on the hedge as well. So the lot size is set up based on the account size. floating profit percent close of 10%, max drawdown of 100. You can adjust that. I'm leaving this as 100 for a demo, obviously a magic number. So pro account here, true and false. This is set to run with Ox Securities. So the pro account would be the suffix.pro. There is also some slight issues with that is being dealt with. And then the last thing is the currency pairs. So if it's a news event that deals with the US dollar, it trades the UDSHF, Euro, it trades Euro USD, Pound USD. So the yen, it trades the dollar yen. However, I do believe in the past it was trading the Japanese 225 index. But as we've discussed in other stuff, Ox Securities, while it's zero commission on index trades, their lot sizing on indexes is different. I believe this was changed and it's being worked on because the trades weren't quite right. Australian news trades the Aussie dollar, US dollar, and Canadian is Canada yen. Swiss franc is CJ, and New Zealand is New Zealand US dollar. So those are the pairs it's trading and the options. So the other thing is it does come as an INI. So load the to load the set file, and he did give us a set for this week and it's being adjusted. So part of the demo and testing. So I'll load the set file. And let's just look. I think that's going to be all the same as what I just went over. Dollar franc. And it looks like initially it was a buy on this news event. Went in, hit its 5%, went out, $10,000 account, made $529. So it did open trades on the 12th, 2 of them, which closed here and here. And they ended up making, looks like $300 for the set. And then I do believe it mixed in at the same time this pound dollar trade, which brought in 274, and it closed all 3 of those together. Yes, right here. So it closed all 3 of those together for a $500 profit again. And don't know if that's the way it was supposed to work, but it did. So we'll pull that one up real quick. Well, actually, I take that back. I missed these trades because I was scrolled down. So actually on the 12th, it opened these 2 trades and closed them relatively quickly here and here, 4 lots and 2 lots for a total of $500 profit. Here is our other trade. Opened a news event and it traded down a sell 200. No. So this traded on the 13th at 9 a.m. MT5 time, and did a quick trade which closed out that set of 3 for a $500 profit. So we move back onto the 13th, and these 2 are tied. And again, this is the one thing where I do feel like the bot maybe could pick up a little more profit, but it had 2 sells going. And since I guess I could actually, let's see, what time was that? That's before we get too negative about how much we made. I should be happy with 5%, right? They closed at 2100 on the 13th. So let's run down to a 15-minute chart. Scroll back to the 13th at 2100. So, and I'm going to switch back. So what I'm seeing is this was a big movement. I would have hoped it would set a trailing stop and trail it down, but it may very well within this candle have gone down and bounced back up and taken it. Let's run down. Actually, let's just run down as far back as we can go here. All right, so we're looking at the 1 minute chart, and it looked like it opened these at 3 p.m., 15:34, and 5 p.m. So it opened these on the news event, expecting a bearish trend, picked up a second one, and then carried them out until this big push down. And I guess this candle is a 1 minute candle, so it very well could have gone down, bounced up, come down, and closed out. It did close those out for actually 731 plus 137, so $848. The next trade down is a franc yen, and it does look like it hit during this news event and did a quick trade, closed out $634. Next one was a CAD yen. Same thing, hit it real quick within the $678. So this is where it failed. I did end up closing this manually. I was going to let it run, but as it being a demo account and for the sake of it going into the weekend, I just manually closed this. But this one lost $3,153. So about 30% of the account, maybe 25 because we were up. But it took the trade. The only problem is it didn't pull the hedge. And it should have, at 10%, I do believe, or at 9.5% loss, it should have opened a hedge mode and then locked that in until it recovers. So it did fail on that one, although I did manually close it. I actually saw it happening and let it run for a little bit. And once I saw that it was past the 10% drawdown and didn't open the hedge, I probably should have just closed it, but I wanted to see what was going to happen and if it would recover. So it did end up losing that, but in the end, we did close, after everything, $632 in profit for the week. So 6.3%. Still not going to complain, but it's not the 30+% we were at. It's, once again, still under development. So that is what the bot does. It trades a lot of news events. It's very active. All right, so we're going to jump into this MT5 terminal and we're going to run a back test. And hopefully it works. It says we don't need to pick any symbol. I'm just going to leave it on whatever popped up, which is Udashef. And we're going to throw it on the 1 minute time frame. We're going to start with $1,000, 1 in 500 leverage. This is running off of the Ox Securities live demo account. And while we're running this, we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of music from the developer JBlanked.
Ooh, you blanked on this one. Ooh, you blanked on this one. JBlanked on this one.
Let's take a look at the graph first. Really nice graph, and we started to see some big drawdowns here, here. We saw some early here. They don't look as big because the graph grew so much. At one point, we were 15x our value, our initial starting value. And this is going to be the last day, the 15th, I do believe. And this is, I'm going to guess this is the same trade that I closed manually because it wasn't working. So let's take a look. So it looks like we did the buy on the Euro USD for 16 lots, 16.68 lots. And then it looked like this actually did pull the hedge, but it still lost. And we ended up with a balance of $1,418. So it did close in 2.5 months, 40% profit. However, we were up 15x. And let's just look at the back test results. So history quality, 100%. Also, maybe if I ran it on the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart and not pulled every 1-minute bar in, it might be a little faster. So it did go a 90% drawdown. I actually maybe will cut out the 15th because I would like to see what that other big drawdown was. It looked like it was about 70%. But overall, other than this big loss right here, I do like this, even though this drawdown here was really big. Let's see where we're at, about 10,489 and drop down to, see if that'll pick it up. Come on. The equity dropped to $3,404. So almost a 70% drawdown there, but it did recover. So unfortunately, it didn't recover from this one in this test, but I will play with some of the settings and see if I can make it work through that. Let's just take a look at what it did. It's overall, it won 68% of the shorts. It won 60% of the longs. I like that. I really think that one day really is pulling our numbers off, so it's not giving me everything I'd like to see. I would say that if I were running this as it sits right now, I would pull profit consistently from this bot and not let it just run. It grows so fast that I think that even if you pulled profit every day or every week and reduced your risk, you could run this on a $1,000 account and really you could have pulled quite a bit of profit there on a regular basis. I'm actually going to show you all of what you get when you join this community. And I will throw a link in down below. There's no referral link specifically. If you sign up, type in my name. That's great. If you don't, it is what it is. But I'm actually was impressed. I came here looking for the news bot and found a whole lot more. So JBlanked.com, and he also has a Discord. In this video, I'll put a link to the Discord and I'll put a link to the website. So I joined this looking specifically for the news bot. It was something different. I want to test it out. I like the idea. But what I found was there's actually quite a bit of other stuff on the website that's available, all for the same monthly fee. So let's jump into the website and I'll show you what it has. All right, so this is the homepage. And as you can see, it scrolls through who is or what is JBlanked. He's a musician. He's a musical producer. He's a developer. So he's an all around, kind of guy, software developer, MQL4 developer. Jump into the about page. Who is he? I won't read all of that. You're more than welcome to read it. I haven't really gone through the music. He does his own music development and music, and I've listened to some of it. I actually liked it. I was pleasantly surprised. Coding. This one I was not expecting, but there's tutorials on coding Python. There's tutorials on coding MQL4 and MQL5. And there's courses. Basic courses on how to code, advanced courses on how to code in Python, and MQL4 and MQL5. I have not had a chance to take these yet. I'm kind of excited about it though, because I have some ideas I'd like to try and code myself, and I'm not very good with Python. And then on this, there's request a coding project. And I guess that means I haven't done this either. I'm assuming that means that you can get him to code it. I know he was talking about a different website where people were popping on to request basic coding for EAs, and that he was telling people they could jump on and make some easy money because there was some real basic coding that he'd already taught people how to do. So he actually does lives through the Discord. He does a news analysis and explains what the news is talking about and how it's going to affect things, or how he thinks it's going to affect things. And he also does coding classes during that too, some of them. So news analysis, Ravager speed coding, different dates. So let's look at why I got here, the Forex trading bots. But everything's under the easy button. You've got your news Ravager bot. You can download it, and this explains it. The News Ravager is a top-rated news expert in the Forex market, utilizes machine learning, API, AI, and auto smart analysis to effectively trade 207 news events. So it's pretty nice. You set the bot on one chart, any time frame, and it just pulls its work in. It does not work on MetaTrader 4 anymore. And let me see if he's updated that. Okay, so it says it works on MetaTrader 4. He's no longer supporting MetaTrader 4, at least not right now, because a lot of brokers are going away from it. It's not going to be supported. So the easy button just trades less events. So it's not as active, but it's basically the same concept. And right here, it says what it is. The easy button is the second top rated news expert event. Now, not knocking him. I'm not sure who did the ratings because it's his site, but we'll go with that. I do like the product, so I'm not knocking him on that. And once again, it only requires you put in your email address and you link your account through the back end of this office. And once again, it's pretty easy. And then we talked today on the meeting, he's going to develop the third bot, which is going to be the upgraded Ravager and separate set files so that you can have basically different set files for each pair that's trading news from different regions. So he does have tutorials on how to install it. I did have to watch that. He does have some other things that you can download, some indicators and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. There's just so much here. All right, so here are the trading tools that are available. I have not had a chance to test them all. I want to try more of them and play around with them, but I came here for the news trading bot, and that's what he's actively developing right now. I initially wasn't going to do this review this weekend, but I know that the folks in my Telegram really like to see things early. And I know that right now it's a pretty inexpensive price to get in. I think it was, don't quote me on it, $97 a month for this. And he also has his own local trade copier. I have not tested that yet, as I use a different one already. And then let's just look at, here are the different indicators that are available for MT5 and the alerts. And it looks like these are linked through Discord. So Discord would send you the notification. And I just see this swap swiper. I'm wondering if he's got one that would help you with knowing what the swap fees were going to be and if there's a way to profit off of swap fees. Now I'm going to have to look at that because I like that idea too. Referral, because we do talk about referrals. I get, looks like I get up to a 50% commission on anything that you buy. One-time payment, so of the initial subscription fee. So if you do, put my name in. Thank you very much. And it's one time, and I guess they will get sent by PayPal. I haven't had anyone do that because it's brand new, but that's okay. All right, next we're going to just do a quick review of what's on the Discord and what you should be expecting. All right, so holiday deal. You get the News Ravager, Easy Button, coding, Forex courses, alerts, live training, everything included in the VIP Pro for $97 a month. January 1st, 2024, VIP lockdown day. The only way to get in afterwards is a personal invite at a much higher ticket. Don't know what he says 90% off, but I think it actually, when I saw it, it was more. So there's a basic chat and then there's a VIP chat. Quite a bit of discussion in the VIP chat about the coding and the development of the bot, which I do like the fact that I can get right in here and I can talk directly with the developer about the bot. And if I see something I think would be good, then I mention it. This is the voice chat where he does his classes. He does do an update room, and you can literally go in. If he doesn't update to the bots, then he'll post it and you can download it. He also is, and I downloaded it. He's got a test app on Apple, but I haven't had a chance to play with it, so I can't say too much about it, but a lot of it looks like what's on the website. He does have a news analysis in the VIP section. And actually it kind of shows when people tweet stuff out or send out information, it gets posted in there. So basically you've got goals, updates, news analysis, alerts, trade setups, back testing, schedule for the new schedules coming out, and then coding talk. And there's also quite a bit of other stuff available on here. And honestly, there's so much out there, I haven't had a chance to check it out. So that is the initial review of the Ravager EA. I know normally I would like to test it about a month before I do a review, but two reasons I did this a little early is, number one, I know that a lot of people like to see what I'm doing early. I've had multiple comments in the Telegram group that they would like to know before rather than after, and then see my progress in a month or two. The second reason is I do know that it's discounted right now, but if I can test it for a month or two at $97 and it's profitable, even if it's not making me 30% a week, if it's profitable to where it can make me more than my $97 back, then it's 100% worth my time to learn about this and try it out. If you like what you see, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you would like to see. I would love to have 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize this YouTube channel and complete my series that shows how much YouTube actually pays content providers. So you have a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.